Hello everyone and welcome back to the 129th episode of the Top 5 Weekly. Now for those of you that are new here, this is a series where I take a look at the most popular workshop creations on Steam, analyze each one of the creations, discover their features, and finally test them out here in Stormworks. But before we get started, if you are enjoying my videos, don't forget that like and subscribe button, and while watching, let me know your thoughts of the creations in the comments below. So with that all said, let's get straight into it and get started with the first creation. And starting off this week's episode with the first creation, we have the K19658M. This is a Hotel 2 class submarine. Now this is actually a nuclear submarine. Not too many that we've seen so far, so I'm very interested to see how that's going to work. This one also has missiles in there, there's torpedoes, launching stations, and all kinds of cool things. So let's go and spawn it and see how it works. And starting off with the first creation, a nice looking submarine, and it is a very large submarine, quite deep and also quite long, so I'm expecting there to be tons of things inside here. Relatively good looking design on the outside. I like the attention to detail. You do need to lower the physics detail all the way down to low to make it perform anything I would say acceptable really, but that's perfectly fine. It is a huge creation. You can see we've got some fins here, looks like some anchors. Looks like we've got all these little hatches and things. It's got a little, I'm guessing would be a little life buoy over there and there at the back too. We've got a big conning tower here with some radios and radars and video stuff on there too. Very cool so far. I like it. I like it all in black. And of course, remember, this is nuclear. So this is going to be really interesting to see how this thing's going to work. So let's go inside. So we come through, and if I'm correct, there's a hatch for us to go in just over here. And we can jump up over here, and you can go up to a conning tower. So let's go up, and then once we're up here, you can see we actually have some controls there if we want it. Otherwise we can go into this hatch, which should take us downstairs. So we're going to go down this hatch. Also going to try and close it if I can. Yep, there we go, close it off. We've got some equipment and things in here if we need it, and then there should be another hatch. There is. Okay, so we're going to go through this hatch. I'm going to go onto the, well, I'm going to try and jump and close this at the same time. There we go, and we're inside. So first things first is we need some lights. As you guys know, we always need lights on, so there should be a light switch over here. Yes, so lights we can do red or white, up to us. We must get heaters on. So there's so many things in this creation. Like there's ballast pumps, there's torpedoes, there's missiles, there's controls for steering, and there's just hatches that go absolutely everywhere in this creation, like down, up, left, right, as you can see. Now if I'm correct, the missile hatches are over there, which we'll test in a few minutes, but the first thing I want to do is I want to get the turbines and batteries on, and I also want to get our actual nuclear reactors working. Now if I'm correct, I'm not too sure what these are. I know this is like cooling if I'm correct. I think the creator hasn't really put much in terms of instructions there, but we'll get those on. We can go through, we've got like an electrical room, we can carry on through, and these are the reactors. So one in there, and there's another one in there. You can actually see them. It's pretty cool. Now if we carry on, I think there's a room above us somewhere to control those reactors, if I remember correctly. I need to find them, where this room is. I think it's down here somewhere. Yes, okay, and then you go up here, and then inside here you can go and control them. So the creator recommends anywhere from, I think, 250 to 300, so we're going to go up to about that much, and then we just need to wait for obviously the steam and the pressure, and you can see the temperatures all of a sudden increasing already. We don't even need to worry about that, so we're going to wait for that to happen. I don't know if any of those things do anything, but I don't think so. Cool, so that's that. Next, what should we check out? I think we should, we could carry on. Now, there's so many places down here, like this. We could keep on going. I don't know where this goes. Most of these things are locked, so I can't even go inside them. Let's carry on through. Let's go down, and let's go back, and let's see. Let's do the missiles next. Why not? So there are some guided missiles that you can go and launch, which are pretty cool. Now, if I'm correct, there's a compartment somewhere. Now, there's some generators down here. I don't know if we need those. There's nothing in the instructions about the generators, so we'll leave them off for now. And they do need air, so I'm guessing we don't need them. There's also these little doors on the sides, like equipment or storage rooms. So let's go down. Missile room, I think, is down here. So if we go down here, and then there's a door here, and Yes, here. So this is the missile station. So you can go in, unlock everything, and get the launch code in. Now this is, I think, from the creator, it's 69652904. We can unlock it. Cool. We also need to get the hatches open, and we also need to put a GPS location, so we can do like there for let's do a little bit closer. Maybe there. Then we put that in, and then we can fire them. Cool. So let's do what, 2? Why not? So fire, and you can see the hatches there. Look at that. Even that's detailed. That's pretty cool. Oh, then there it goes. So I'm guessing that would then go and land more or less on our target coordinates there in a few seconds. Don't see anything just yet. Nothing. Don't see anything in the sky just yet. Keeping an eye on the top left of my screen. I'm guessing it would go there. Can't see. There you go. Yeah, there it goes. There it goes. There it goes. Spot on. Nice job. I can definitely see this thing being retrofitted for the weapons DLC. Cool. So that works. That's really cool. I like it. Nice. Let's go and close those hatches before we go anywhere. What else do we also have? Some torpedoes and things. Now, if I'm correct, the torpedoes on the front, which should be what, this way? Yes. So we got hatches. What is that? Crew rooms? Yeah, crew bunk beds. Yep. Here we go. Torpedoes. Look at that. So we got 4 torpedoes, and we've got pumps, hatches and things. You can reload them. I don't think, yeah, there is already. So you got like 8 torpedoes. Wow. You got push, you can release it. So much happening. Okay. So how is our steam pressure currently? So we still need to wait for that to happen a little bit more. Okay. And we're moving. Look at that. Spot on. And you got your rudder at the back there. Very cool. Very smooth, very easy. And of course we can start like diving and things like that. And we need to do fill the ballasts, so we need to do that. So ballast in, ballast in. We obviously got ballast out if we need that. And then depth hold if we want it. We can enter in a depth that we want to go to. So yeah, pretty much whatever we want really. And yeah, that's it. It's super easy, super simple, easy there. You can see obviously our ballasts are filling up. We should start to drop down our water levels there. You can see our rudders there working too, perfectly fine. Very cool. Oh man, the creator's done a great job. Detailing is spot on inside. Really good job, so detailed with so many things, but at the same time the creators kept it relatively quite very simple and very easy to use, the creation, in terms of, you know, getting the reactors on. Just turn them on, simple days, throttle really easy, depth hold really easy. So yeah, great creation. Definitely recommend you guys go and try this out and have some fun with it. Really interested to see what's going to happen with this when Weapons DLC comes out. I can imagine these lurking out in the ocean. Very cool. Anyway, let's go ahead. Let's move on to the next one for the episode. And moving on to the next creation of the episode, we have the Steam AirBus. Now, this is a AirBus, but it's actually a VTOL, so that's quite interesting. So it can obviously go up or across. So that's quite nice. Along with that, it also has coal. It's driven by coal, which is very unusual for a aircraft. And it also is compatible with Stormlink. Very interesting. So let's go into Monson and see what it's all about. And spawning in the bus, very interested so far. Very interested. So we have legs underneath, which I'm guessing will be the landing gears. We have the coal, yeah, so those would be your boilers and turbines and things underneath. You got a big duct fan to the back. Windows going along. It's got a great job with the detailing of this. I like it. So it looks like we've got 2 doors here. Actually, so one of these is for refueling and recharging. And what does it use? So it uses water, coal. Okay. Where does it take coal in though? That's a good question. Maybe above somewhere. Let's see what else we have. So we've got a door. So this would be for obviously just driving and so on. Is there anything else for the passengers? Where do the passengers get in? Over here? Aha. So passengers come in here. Now this is Stormlink compatible, so that's why you have numbers on the seats. Okay. Even just the toilet. No, equipment. Okay, better than the toilet. Equipment is always much useful. Okay, so let's close that off. Let's close that off, and let's see how this thing works. So we got ignition, main booster, alt hold, and that's about it. So ignition on. It's starting up. See the exhaust. Anything for like coal, battery, temperature. So we have to wait for the temperature and stuff to come into effect. So while waiting for that, let's just put our alt hold in for now. Let's do like 200. I'm guessing that's in meters. So we'll set that up in a few minutes. We'll wait for this to all raise up, and then once this is all up to temp, I'll meet you guys back and we'll carry on. So we just started to get some boiler pressure, and we're now going up, and which I'm guessing would be going up to our alt hold that we set in a few seconds ago. So yeah, so there seems like there's a rotor or something underneath here which is making it go up. Very interesting. I'm still trying to think where you would refuel it with coal from. Maybe above somewhere? But yeah, super cool. Okay, let's see how well this thing actually goes. So we can set our main booster, and that should increase our speed, if I'm correct. It is, look at that. Wow. That's really cool. Turning, yeah, look at that. Turning is really good too. Wow, pretty good job. So there's fan, yeah, so you have the fans, and there must be a rotor or something hidden in this underneath somewhere. But cool creation, definitely unusual. Don't really see that in Stormworks, so I think the creator's done a fantastic job. Really has. Really, really good job here. Definitely one you guys should go check out and have a look at. Let's go ahead, let's move on to the next one for the episode. And moving on to the next creation of the episode, we have the MV Jean Laborde. Now, this is a passenger / cargo vessel ship, and was launched on 1952, so a relatively old one. Now, apparently this one is almost 1-to-1 replica of that, and looks really cool from the workshop. It does spawn with a mission, so just take note of that. So let's go and spawn and see how it works. And spawning in the next creation. This creation is absolutely massive, it's huge. So I'm actually just going to switch into free cam mode here, and you can just see the size of this thing. It's ginormous. But really cool. I like the detailing in terms of the deck. You can see the hull is nicely shaped and rounded, so the creator's done a good job with the hull there also. Looks like we've got a boarding ladder just over here, and is there another one on the other side? There is another one on the other side. Okay, it looks like we've got some large masts here, which would be to load cargo and things on from the hatches. Yep, we've got some lifeboats. Very cool. Even got a little pool there. Some winches, more lifeboats, and we even got a little pilot boat. That's pretty cool. It looks like these all work, and they are all detachable, so you could, in theory, take all of them off and use them, which is a really cool feature. So yeah, detailing looks really nice and spot on there. Once again, some more cranes or winches and things over here on the side to get cargo in and out. I don't think those open up though, but they look really cool as they are. So yeah, absolutely massive. Now this does have an interior. I don't think the whole thing has got an interior. Yeah, you can see straight away, not the whole thing has got the interior. But majority of it does, so I don't even know where to start, to be honest. Let's just jump into here, why not? So we'll jump in here, and we'll take a little bit of a walk around. So got some nice little staterooms in here. All the lights are off by default, so very good job on the creator there for making sure the lights start by having them off, especially for creators or people that have, you know, low performance PCs or not the greatest ones. It's always nice to have all the lights off because it does slow the game down a lot when you turn them on by default. So really pretty cool. So the next thing we're going to do is going to be to get this thing up and running. Now we could go and explore all the different rooms, but I think it will take us quite a while. So instead we're going to head up directly to the bridge. Now I'm guessing we would get up to the bridge up here. And that should eventually being the keyword, take us up to the bridge. So let's go up. And is it just in here? It is, there we go. Cool, okay, so we've got some light panels. Seating table, instrument lights. Okay. We've got green inactive, green active. Okay, we've got engine room phone box. Oh, that's pretty cool. So you can actually radio down to the engine room. Engine room phone box, another one. We've got radio channels, PA systems, got nav lights, interior lights, exterior. Oof, a little bit more choppy with the interior lights on, but okay, let's turn those off. We've got telegrams, we've got engine startup request, and we've got multiplayer mode. Okay, multiplayer mode, that's pretty cool. We've got the helm here, we've got rotate, this little flashing beacon for like SOS things. That's cool, I like that. Okay, so we've got the engines up. Let's get our throttle up on full. Nice. And then we can head over to our helm. Now at the helm we can control the throttle, which is pretty cool. We also got A&D steering, and if we wanted to, we could go down to the engine room. We switch this on, and I think that we can go down there and actually control the engine room. And that's the importance of using this phone box, I guess. You can actually talk with people in-game down the engine room, so that's really cool. It looks like our generators are off, but that's fine. I don't think we really need them on, to be honest. But everything else looks pretty straightforward. Nice. Okay. And we are moving. Wow, that's a big ship. Very big ship, but also really nice. What else do we have? Now there is a sinking ship mode. So apparently we head to the generator room, and then we can unlock a valve which will actually sink it. So yeah, this could definitely be a fun sinking ship creation. Imagine it would sink pretty well too. And also having proper lifeboats that actually work. I actually want to check one of those out. So I just want to check out how those work. So over here we've got just normal buttons, that's fine. So swing lifeboats, that should in theory swing it off. We can then, yep, there it goes, and then you can winch it down until it's far enough, I guess, in the water for you. Happy days, throw it away, and let's get inside and let's see how this thing works. So we're going to go in here, we're going to close that hatch, we don't get any water in here, ignition on. We've got electricity, we've got a toggle button for lights, throttle. And we have a little lifeboat. A very, very small little lifeboat that we can go and drive around. Very cool. So yeah, a lovely creation, definitely really cool, nice and detailed. As I said, we couldn't explore absolutely everything on this thing because it's absolutely massive. But yeah, really good job to the creators on this one. Let's go ahead, let's move on to the next one for the episode. And moving on to the next creation, we have the E1 Squib. Now this is a mech / exosuit. Apparently it has a diesel engine, it can walk, it has sprinting mode on it. And quite a few little features on there too. Apparently 2 hours of runtime, which is pretty cool. And yeah, let's go and spawn it and see how it works. And spawning in the creation, very cool. Definitely reminds me of like a stormtrooper kind of vibe here. Really cool. Obviously we know that the creator has done mechs before and much larger ones than this. So yeah, really nice and compact too. So we hovered over something there for a few seconds and a whole bunch of things came up on our screen. And all that was all about. Yeah, it was like just over here somewhere, wasn't it? There we go, yeah. Cool, so we've got some magles on the arms. We've got the legs, which currently looks like it's kneeling, as you can see. We've got recharging at the back. We've got a rope anchor. We've got a propeller here too. Now, apparently this thing can go underwater. Now, there are two versions of this also. There's an underwater one. So let's go and get inside. So we can jump up here, jump into the hatch, presumably. Let's try. A little bit hard to get up in here. But let's see what we can do. Okay, there we go. And jumped in the seat. We should be able to close the hatch. We've got activate. We've got spotlights. Wow, that's very bright. We've got genset start. So that will start our generator to power everything. This thing is electrical. We've got emergency surface, which I think uses the propeller and things underneath. Cool. So we've also got left, right, which is elbow, torso. Okay, so those are the arms there. Up, down is the shoulders. Okay, so just some pivots for that stuff. We can also switch arm torso control. We can tap for the connectors and hold for both. Okay. I don't know why it's rotating like that. Okay. We got jump, which is 5. Wow. Okay. So you can see how it goes and jumps up, and you can see the pivots in there doing the work here. Yeah. So that's it's using phantom glitches to, looks like it's hovering. Yeah, it's hovering using that. We got surface, we got walk, and AD to turn. Okay. Once again, yeah, you can see the pivot going crazy inside there. And then also walking is using the pivot also for stabilization, and then it's just moving its legs to imitate. Yeah, it looks okay. Yeah, it's moving its legs to imitate that. Okay, cool. Now we can go into running mode. What is running mode? So sprint is 1. So let's switch it into 1. Yeah. So you can see how it's running there. Okay, pretty cool. Let's put it in jump. I want to see how well it does like this. So he's done a really good job creating this. I don't know what's happening with that generator, but it sounds like it's going absolutely bonkers. Maybe that's why we got headphones on. But yeah, it's doing a really good job. You can see it's just skimming the surface ever so slightly. Really cool. I wonder if it's possibly using any type of sensors to detect how high or how low it is. But yeah, cool little creation. Can imagine that like 100 of these things running around when we get weapons DLC. Everyone's just gonna strap a cannon to this and run around. It'll be quite fun to see, actually. So yeah, a lovely, cool little creation. I wonder if we can jump over. Yeah, I can. Good job. So yeah, a lovely little creation. Let's go ahead. Let's move on to the next one and the last one for the episode. And moving on to the last creation, we have the Arcturus. This is a refueling fuel tanker. Now apparently it has a 200,000 litre tank capacity with top speed of 21 knots. There is remote controlled refueling booms, both for fuel and also in the rear. There is a rib on there. There's alarm system, helicopter pads. Man, absolutely everything. So let's go and spawn this in and see how it works. And spawning in the last creation. Yeah, looking very interesting. The top here reminds me of like a warship, and then the bottom reminds me of a oil tanker. A very interesting approach to an oil tanker here, but quite nice. So we got looks like, I'm guessing would be the refueling booms or arms on either side. We've also got anchors in the front. Looks like a hatch there. What else do we have? Looks like all our fuel connectors and things are either pumping in or out. We obviously have our main tower there. Our rescue rib here, also with a crane on it. And then we've got a small little helicopter pad at the back. Okay, interesting. Let's start at the front as we usually do. And we'll move our way back and see what we've got going on. So we're going to jump on here. So anchor system, which I would presume would be controlled from the bridge. Yep. We've got a little hatch which goes down into, okay, down into like an unfinished area, so we'll get out of here. Now the creator did say you need to have physics quality on low, like some of the other creations we've checked out already. I'm guessing maybe just because of the amount of pivots and paint blocks the creators got on here. That's perfectly fine. It's running perfectly fine for me. Remote crane, okay, so you can use a remote control to control this. What else do we have? So we have, looks like our fuel system, so emergency stop. We also have, looks like what, gear 1. Okay, so just some hoses and things, and another more gear, some more hoses and things. Okay, any option to turn this on or off? I did see the emergency stop. Okay. So no controls to turn it on or off. Maybe up here? Let's go check. Nope, nothing. Okay. Maybe up in the bridge. Once again, we'll have to wait until we get up there. Cool. What else do we have going on? So we obviously can go in here. We've got the rib. This is also remote controlled. That's fine. ISO connector off. Pump in, pumps out, pumps out. Okay, so that would be for all the pumps here at the back for recharging things. And let's go inside. Okay, so once we're inside, we've got hallway lights. So the lights work. So those don't need electricity to be turned on just yet. We've got gears. Okay, so it's like a gear room. And in here, not labeled unfortunately, but okay. What have we got here? Hallway lights once again. Okay, using just normal lights and paint blocks. Go down. What do we have? More hallway lights. Okay. A little room in here. This looks like a engine room of some sort. Yep. So this will be all your controls for your engines. Engine on, off. Powers off. Screens on, off. Loading up screen. A large keypad. Okay, interesting. So it looks like we got a couple of map screens here. A little consumption screen. We can carry on down. And yep, so we got big engines down here. Very nice. Some emergency stops on them. Looks like a little bit overkill with some of the detailing, and also looks like some XML edited stuff there. But nice looking engine room, pretty good. Let's carry on going through. Looks like the same on the other side. Okay, guessing this might be a generator here in the front, and this would be the main diesel engine there. What is the key switches? Just more gear. Okay. Let's see how this works. So apparently, starting up instructions, make sure the engine clutch throttle is down at 0. Okay, but I think we do everything up from the bridge. We don't need to touch any of this down here. So we'll head up to the bridge and we'll do it up there. We can carry on. There's so many rooms in this thing. Probably get lost. So it's like a little crew room. I love the detailing though. Detailing is spot on. All the floors, all detailed very nicely. Creator's done a fantastic job. Reminds me of being in a ship. All these things, really cool. Okay, let's head up. We're going to get some of these lights off because it's hurting our performance ever so slightly. Let's get some of these lights off and let's head up to the next level. So next level we come into is the bridge. Okay, now this is apparently where the magic happens. So let's see how this works. Light switch anywhere? No, no light switches. Maybe here. Bridge lights, okay, and then we got center all the screens, okay. Beautiful, look at that. So use some pivots here to rotate this around, make it really look nice. Really nice design here. Looks like, what do we have here? So we've got engines on, throttles, emergency stops, engine rooms, radars. Very nice looking. Very cool. Positioning systems, looks like we've got a roll system here. Little radars, sonars, a few other cool things, thrusters, maggles. Cool. Very cool. Even the seats are turned. So I'm guessing that's why, that's another thing, is using so many pivots, that's why it's recommending doing low physics for this creation. Winch bridge control. Okay, I didn't see anything about pumping in and out for the fuel and stuff. Okay, I wonder where you control that from. Okay, so we need to increase, so is it make sure engine clutch throttle is down at 0. Side alarm for starting. Okay, so we got that. Engine on. Increase the throttle up to 1 and then starts. So, yeah. Cool, engine starting. Ignition, hold until the red light goes off. Ooh, it's taking a while to start up there. Okay, and there we're up. Cool. So it's at a 1 throttle. Seems like it's revving up. Okay. Maybe it's something wrong with the engine. Okay, I don't know. That's fine. So what else do we have on here? So this looks like fire suppression. Cool. We got the clutch, which is on 0. So in theory, we should be able to just use the clutch now and go. Pretty straightforward, actually. We should be able to have floodlights there. We've got deck lights. We've got our power. Oops. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I'll get all that back on. So that was power switches. This is our nav lights. So we've got running lights there. Cool. We got what, generators, engine CCTVs. We got fire systems, collision warning systems. Wow, it's very loud. Cool. That's quite nice. Little CCTV stuff. I don't know where the cameras are. Oh, here. Okay, so you can actually see the engines. Okie dokies. So let's go forward. So we got what? Up and down, dynamic positioning. Okay, we got steering, clutch, reverse, and horn. So horn is 3. Cool. Okay, let's go and give it some more clutch. You can see my throttle there. Ooh. Okay, so I don't know why the port thrusters and things were not working, but oh well. We're moving forwards now. I don't know also what the right hand side there is. That one engine only working? No, both. There's only one prop there. Okay. So I don't know what that is on the right hand side. What do we have here? So we've got shipwide heating, we got stabilizer fin in. Okay, so you can actually bring the stabilizer fins in if you want to. We also have a radar, which is visual apparently, and fire suppression and things like that. Okay, so everything seems like it's running pretty smoothly now. We've got everything up and running. What's this at the back here? So once again, some more maps. Looks like we've got radio there. We've got it's on the mast, yeah. And then we've got our consumption and weather screens. I don't know what's happening. All this. Can you see the shaking? That's weird. Like all of a sudden it just shakes. Okay, well that's perfectly fine. Cool. So yeah, lovely creation. We've got Maggle and all those kind of things there. So that's the top speed that we're getting right now. Going right it. I don't know what's happening with the winches. Actually, I do want to try. Ooh, it's got a lot of power behind it for turning. What I would like to try is I want to try those winches now that we've actually given it power. Ooh, there's a little shower in here. That's pretty cool. Let's go outside and okay. So here's a controller here. So in theory, this should work on 0. So we're gonna click up. Aha! Now they work. So we needed electricity, we needed engines running before we used any of these cranes, which kind of makes sense, to be honest, I guess. Which kind of makes sense, I guess, to be honest. Okay, well, great to see they are working, and I'm guessing these would work on channel 2, this one over here. So that's 2's to go up. If I'm correct, 2. What was it? 1? 1 was down, 2 was up. Oh well. Anyway. So yeah, a lovely little creation, very interesting. I said, it looks like you can control it from up here or down the engine room. There's so much detailing. I don't want to know how many microprocessors the creators used in this creation. But yeah, you could spend hours learning all the systems, learning how they all work together and how they use. So a lovely, cool creation to do some roleplay with, I think. But yeah, lovely little creation. And with that said, that is the end of this episode. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. So once again, if you want to check out any of the creations that we've had a look at in this episode, I do leave them linked below in the video description, so you can give some love over to those creators. And until next week, I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, smash the like button. If you don't want to miss my finished content, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. And until next week, we will see you then.